in. You must be my first appointment of the day. Congratulations on being early. We love to see that. So, did they explain to you how this is going to work? Alright, no worries. The way this is going to work is we have got a questionnaire that will decide your Pokemon out of Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, or Pikachu. And those are our starters. Yes, if you would like to do a Pokemon journey, this is where you start. Here in the lab of Professor Oak. Alright, so if you don't mind, I just need some basic information from you. Can I get your full name, please? And is that 2 or 1? Alright. And how old are you? Perfect. A great age to start your Pokemon journey. And our final question is, what is your favorite Pokemon? Oh, that's perfect. And that is a preferred Pokemon, like if you were going to run into it in the wild, it would be a mission of yours to capture that specific Pokemon. Am I understanding correctly? Perfect. Alright. Well, if you didn't know, this here is a Pokeball, and this is a regular Pokeball. There are many kinds. There is the regular, there is the Great Ball, there is the Epic Ball, there is the Love Ball, the Nature Ball. So many kinds. For all, the Net Ball, yes, of course. Good catch. So, I can tell you very much know your stuff about Pokemon. So, without further ado, would you like to get into your quiz to see which Pokemon is perfect for you from our beautiful starters? Perfect. So, question 1, and I'll just be taking notes throughout over here on my data pad. But question 1, when you walk into a new situation, what do you usually do first? Take charge and try to figure out the goal, observe quietly and get a feel for everyone, keep things relaxed and go with the flow, bring energy and try to make the moment fun. Okay. Perfect. Question 2. What kind of environment makes you feel most like yourself? Somewhere warm, bright, and full of challenge. A quiet garden, forest, or peaceful outdoor space. A beach, pool, or rainy day indoors. Or a lively city, arcade, festival, or busy hangout spot. Perfect. Question 3. When you face a challenge, how do you usually respond? Do you push forward and try to beat it head on, Slow down and think through the best path. Stay calm and adapt as things happen. React quickly and trust your instincts. Okay. Perfect. I'm beginning to sense a pattern here. Question 4. How would your friends most likely describe you? Is it passionate and determined, dependable and thoughtful, easygoing and fun to be around, or energetic and expressive? Okay, that is not quite the answer I was expecting, but that is unapologetically you, and I thank you for being honest here. Because if you are not honest here, we may match you with the incorrect Pokemon. And that is how you start your journey, and we hope here at Professor Oak's lab that you stick with your starter Pokemon all the way through your journey. Much like Ash Ketchum, I always mess up his name, a recent adventurer like yourself that came through. Question 5. If you joined a team, what role would you naturally fall into? The bold leader who pushes everyone forward? The steady supporter who keeps everyone grounded? The relaxed strategist who keeps the mood light? Or the spark that keeps everyone excited? Perfect. You're doing fantastic. Question number 6. What motivates you the most? Is it proving that you can do something difficult? Helping others grow and succeed? Enjoying the journey and not taking life too seriously? Or feeling connected, included, and appreciated? Awesome. Next question, question 7. When you are stressed, what tends to happen? Do you get intense and push even harder? Get quiet and try to process everything? Distract yourself and try to laugh it off? Or become restless, emotional, or talkative? Okay. So, early on there was a major standout in those first 3 questions. I can see that you're a more well-balanced type the further we get in to this quiz here. Question 8. Which adventure sounds most appealing? Climbing a mountain, exploring a deep forest, sailing across the lake, or wandering through a bright city at night? Kind of like Lumios. Yeah. Question 9. How do you usually handle conflict? Do you confront it directly? Try to understand everyone's feelings? Defuse it with humor or calm energy? Or react quickly, then sort it out afterwards? Okay, yeah. I'm much of the same. Great. And, of course, as you know, we will have your information at the end of this quiz for your perfect starter. So worry not. I did not say this before, but you do not have to keep track of your answers or questions if you don't want to. Question 10. What kind of friend are you? Fiercely loyal and protective, nurturing, patient, and supportive, comforting, funny, and chill, or affectionate, energetic, and expressive? That's perfectly fine. Yeah, this is kind of one of those ones where there's some overlap, and many people fit into those overlaps, so we can definitely put those answers there for you to perfect the exact answer you'll get by the end. Question 11. If you had a free afternoon, what would you rather do? Start a new project or challenge yourself? Take care of your space, paint, plants, pets, or people? Relax with something familiar and comfortable? Or call someone and go do something spontaneous? Perfect. Which compliment would mean the most to you? You're brave. You make people feel safe. You're fun to be around. You light up the room. Yes, I do agree that all of them would be nice to hear. But that's the one that stands out to you? You're certain? Alright. Question 13. Which element are you most drawn to? Fire, nature, water, or electricity? On the nose, yes. We like to take into account your preferences just as much as your personality. At the end of the day, any of the starters may be perfect for any specific individual, but we do take into account what the individual has a preconceived notion towards. Question 14. When working towards a goal, what style fits you best? Intense focus, steady progress, flexible movement, or bursts of inspiration? Perfect. Question 15. How do you feel about attention? Do you enjoy standing out when you have earned it? Do you prefer being appreciated quietly? Do you like attention when it feels playful and casual? Or do you want attention from people you care about most? You know, it's interesting. Most people actually do have that answer. Yeah, it's one of the more common answers, but more rarely understood reasons for the answer, if you know what I mean. Not many people want to admit it, but when we're honest with ourselves, we get that answer. Question 16. What would bother you the most? Feeling underestimated? Seeing someone treated unfairly? Being forced into a rigid outline or a routine, my apologies, or feeling ignored or left out? Yeah, that would bother me as well, yes. Question 17. In a group project, what are you usually doing? Pushing everyone forward, keeping everyone organized and supported, smoothing out tension and keeping things relaxed, or bringing fresh ideas at the last second? Perfect. Question 18. Pick the phrase that feels most like you. I'll prove I can do it. We'll get through this together. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. Wait, I have an idea. Very, my dear Watson of you with that last option. Question 19. How do you usually make decisions? By instinct and confidence? By careful thought and consideration? By choosing what feels easiest or most natural? Or by thinking about who else is involved? Perfect. Question 20. Which fictional role fits you best? The fiery hero, the gentle guardian, the cool best friend, the scene-stealing sidekick. Yes, another mild preference question. And let me reiterate to you that you are doing fantastic so far. We have just a few questions left here, but you are starting to stand out in one specific direction here. So let's finish out this quiz. Question 21. What do you prefer most? A challenge that helps you grow? A routine that keeps you balanced? Freedom to explore at your own pace? Or excitement, variety, and surprises? Okay. Question 22. What kind of energy do you bring into a room? Intense energy, calming energy, relaxed energy, lively energy? A little bit of both there. No worries. Question 23. If someone you care about is upset, what do you do? Motivate them and remind them how strong they are. Listen patiently and help them feel safe. Distract them with something fun or comforting. Or stay close and keep checking on them. It is situational, yes, I will admit that. Okay, I was going to say, well, which one is perfect for you, but you beat me to the punch. Question 24. Which weakness do you relate to most? Impatience, overthinking, avoidance, or emotional impulsiveness? Again, a common answer, uncommonly thought of. So, that's how I know you're being real with me. Question 25. If you were training for something difficult, who would you want beside you? A tough coach, a kind mentor, a chill partner, or an enthusiastic, hype person? Fantastic. Question 26. What type of story do you usually enjoy most? A journey of ambition and self-discovery? A story about healing, growth, and loyalty? An adventure with humor, comfort, and heart? Or a friendship-driven story full of personality? I enjoy those too. Yeah. How competitive are you? competitive, quietly competitive, competitive only when it is fun, or competitive when you are emotionally invested? You're definitely leaning a certain way right now, and I respect it. That little one is going to be very happy to be with you. 28. Pick a color palette. Red and orange, green and earthy tones, blue and white, or yellow and black. Okay. When plans change suddenly, I feel like Akinator right now. We do have that in this universe, yes. An absolutely phenomenal tool. When plans change suddenly, how do you react? I get fired up and adjust quickly, or you get fired up and adjust quickly. You pause, think, and adjust thoughtfully. You roll with it, or you react dramatically but adapt fast. Perfect. What do you value most in a partner or best friend? Courage, kindness, loyalty, or enthusiasm? That's a good one. If you had to spend a day training with one Pokemon type, which would you choose? Fire, grass, water, or electric type? What kind of main character flaw would you probably have? Pride, self-sacrifice, laziness, or emotional impulsiveness? Fantastic. You're doing great. A few more questions here. Which setting would make the best home base for you? A volcano side training camp, a peaceful greenhouse, a cozy seaside cabin, or a buzzing little town full of people? That's fair. That sounds very pleasant. Question 34. What kind of victory feels best? Winning after a hard fight, helping everyone succeed, finding a clever way through, surprising people who doubted you? I am much the same. We've got one more question here and then a few bonus questions for our particular region. My apologies. I'm going to have to grab some coffee after this one. At your best, what are you most like? Inspiring, grounding, comforting, or exciting? Perfect. Now for your bonus questions. You're walking into Viridian Forest for the first time. What are you doing? Moving carefully and noticing every little rustle in the grass. Marching ahead because a little danger makes it exciting. Keeping the mood light while staying ready for surprises. Darting towards anything interesting and making the trip more lively. Perfect. A rival challenges you outside a Pokemon Center. What's your reaction? Stay calm and focused on making smart, steady choices. Get fired up because now you have something to prove. Grin, roll with it, and try to outplay them without stressing. Or react fast, bring the energy, and turn the whole thing into a show. Perfect. Pick a Kanto travel stop. The quiet garden near a cerulean with room to breathe. A rugged mountain trail near Cinnabar or Mount Moon. A sunny dock near Vermilion with waves and snacks nearby. Or a buzzing city full of lights, people, and surprises. Perfect. Team Rocket blocks your path. What's your move? Protect the group and look for the safest way through. Step forward and challenge them before they push anyone else around. Distract them, improvise, and make an opening for everyone. Or cause a sudden burst of chaos so everyone can break through. What kind of Kanto badge win feels best? Winning because patience and planning paid off. Winning because you pushed past a tough opponent. Winning because you stayed flexible and had fun with it. Or winning because you or a quick spark changed the whole match. Final question for you. This is the most telling of the questions, and I want to iterate. I want to tell you that you do not have to answer this. Who was your favorite Generation 1 starter Pokemon? Was it Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Pikachu? That is a fantastic choice, and that does bring us to the end of our quiz here. Let me input the results. There we go. Alright. Well, I have got your answer here. Let me take this Pokeball and load the genetics of your new Pokemon into it. While we're waiting, I just want to thank you for being here and thank you for adventuring. Professor Oak will later give you the opportunity to receive a Pokédex. We would very much appreciate if you take it with you. All it will do is it will give you information on Pokemon that you come across, while also relaying pivotal research information back to the lab here. Perfect. Okay, and it looks like your Pokeball is done. I can hear. Here you are. That Pokemon will be very happy with you. Of course. So, thank you again for coming in today. I hope you had a pleasant experience, and do return with and for the Pokédex. Once you complete the Pokédex, we will have a further reward for you. Perfect. will see you soon.